Ahead on Q2, coffee is all the craze. An iconic national brand may start serving up brews in Billings. We'll have the details. Plus, a stunning show in the skies. The Northern Lights provide breathtaking views all across Montana, and another night could be on tap. And staying mentally strong.
As the winter is coming, you're going to feel it, and then when it goes away in the spring, you're going to feel the difference too. So it's really just a cause and effect thing.
Seasonal depression is a common issue during Montana's winters. We'll show you ways to avoid the winter blues. The MTN 4:30 news starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. I'm Andrea Lutz. A new Dutch Brothers coffee location could soon pop up along Rimrock Mall in Billings. Developers submitted plans to the city for a 1,000-square-foot coffee stand with a dual-lane drive-through that can handle up to 20 vehicles. Their proposal also includes an outdoor patio, a walk-up, pick-up window, and even 7 parking spaces. However, there's no indoor seating. If it's approved, Dutch Brothers would sit near the mall's main entrance on South 24th Street West, adding to the chain's growing presence in Montana. Rimrock Mall is still behind, though, on its property taxes, currently owing more than $500,000 to Yellowstone County. County Treasurer Hank Peters says the mall owes just over $592,000 for 2023, including nearly $49,000 in penalties and interest. The county placed a tax lien on the property earlier this year, but so far no investors have purchased it. Rimrock Mall is owned by Rimrock Mall Realty Holding LLC, a subsidiary of Cohen Retail Investment Group, a New York company known for buying struggling shopping centers across the country. Well, the county says the mall's 2025 tax bill totals more than $1 million due at the end of this month. We'll have much more on both of these stories coming up tonight at 5:30, learning how the mall continues to attract some new businesses despite its financial troubles. As the days get shorter and temperatures drop, experts say the winter blues are setting in. About 5% of Americans struggle with seasonal affective disorder, and Montana ranks 6th in the nation. But as our Matt Carmack found out, there are ways to brighten your mood and fight back against seasonal sadness.
It's that time of year again when the temperatures dip and the sun sets way too early.
Montana in particular suffers from a lot of mental health concerns.
Montana ranks within the top 10 states for seasonal affective disorder, which can show up like this: depressed moods, no energy, and changes to how you sleep and eat.
As the winter is coming, you're going to feel it, and then when it goes away in the spring, you're going to feel the difference too. So it's really just a cause and effect thing.
I sat down with Billings therapist and licensure candidate David Eichler. He says seasonal depression can be treated with the right steps.
If it's not feeling right, if somebody you love is not feeling right, something just doesn't seem right, please find a therapist. And it doesn't have to take that long to sort of see what's going on.
For those suffering from the winter blues or seasonal depression, first Eichler recommends to see a licensed medical professional. One
of the things you want to see a medical doctor for is to get tested to see if you need vitamin D or magnesium. Both of those affect people during the winter.
Second, he recommends a 10,000 lux light box for at-home and daily treatment.
It's good to start your day with it. And you want to be very close. You want to be 6 to 12 inches away from the light. And some people call them happy lights, and they really, really work, and I can't recommend them more strongly.
As he treats his patients with mental health struggles like these winter blues, he says professional help is still the best go-to when remedies like light boxes or supplements may not be enough.
So if there are things going on in your life that perhaps have you depressed, then it just makes sense to see a professional the way you would with any other part of your life.
In Billings, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
We do have an update tonight. Some of the 42 dogs rescued from a shepherd home in September are back where they belong. Investigators say many of the dogs, 37 Newfoundlands and 5 Australian shepherds, were found starving, trapped in filthy cages without water. Yellowstone County Sheriff Mike Linder says some were microchipped, and so that's made it possible to reunite them with their owners. Two sisters, Katie Milliken and Rebecca Collins, now face 14 counts, including aggravated animal cruelty, accused of breeding the dogs in harsh conditions. House Democrats released new emails from Jeffrey Epstein, including one claiming President Donald Trump spent hours at Epstein's home with one of his alleged victims. Tonight, Alex Miller breaks down what's in those emails and how the timing lines up with the House push to force the Justice Department to release all of those unclassified documents.
Newly released emails from House Democrats allege President Trump knew of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse and sex trafficking of young girls. In one email from 2011, Epstein told longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell that one victim, quote, spent hours at my house with him, referring to Trump. In an email from 2019, Epstein told author Michael Wolff, of course he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop. In correspondence from 2015, when Trump was running for president, Wolff told Epstein that Trump will be asked about their relationship. Epstein asked, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? Trump has long denied knowing of Epstein's crimes.
No, I had no idea. I haven't spoken to him in many, many years, but I did have no idea.
The White House calling the release of the emails on Wednesday a hoax.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong.
The release of the emails coming hours before Representative Adelita Grijalva was sworn in. She'll be the deciding signature in the House on a petition to require the Justice Department release all unclassified Epstein documents.
That is why I will sign the discharge petition right now to release the Epstein files.
Congresswoman Nancy Mace is one of 4 Republicans who support that petition. She accused Democrats of using Epstein victims to bury headlines about the government reopening and said she's sick of the, quote, fake news focusing on Trump and not Epstein victims. Alex Miller, Scripps News Group, New York.
Such a beautiful day. We thought we'd just take a little tour with the Stockman Bank weather cam, looking out towards the mountains, out towards Bozeman Pass, looking out towards the Crazies. We're Livingston right now. You're starting to see those winds increase, but still very mild, sitting at 62 degrees. The winds become a bigger factor tonight heading into tomorrow. That hasn't been a surprise so far this month. Taking a look towards Miles City, a clear sky there. Temperatures at 50 degrees, but noticeably less wind. Some of that will spread out over the course of tomorrow, and we could even be close to a record high temperature. And let's take a quick look over towards Sydney. Again, with a clear sky sitting at 50 degrees with very light winds. That number might change. We're going to talk about that with the forecast coming up.
Yellowstone County Sheriff Michael Linder announced today that he will not run for a 5th term. He said in a social media post, it's been an honor and a privilege serving the citizens of Yellowstone County for 40 years, but he has decided to not file for re-election. Linder has been the sheriff for 16 years. His current term ends at the end of December of 2026. The longest government shutdown in the United States history has come to an end tonight. The House appears ready to approve a funding package and send it to the president for his signature. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
The House will be in order.
The House convened for the first time in nearly 2 months, ahead of a final vote on a funding bill that would end the government shutdown. Republican Speaker Mike Johnson expressed optimism that the measure will pass.
We believe the long national nightmare will be over tonight. It was completely and utterly foolish and pointless in the end, as we said all along.
The bill funds the government through the end of January, extends funding for SNAP benefits for a full year, and reverses shutdown-related layoffs of federal workers. But the legislation does not include the extension to the Affordable Care Act tax credits that Democrats say is critical to lower premiums, leaving many in the party frustrated.
We have federal workers across the country that have been missing paychecks. We have SNAP recipients, millions of SNAP recipients across the country that, whose access to food stability was imperiled. And we have to figure out what that was for.
If this amended bill gets through the House, it will then go to President Trump for his signature and officially mark the end of the government shutdown.
Our troops, air traffic controllers, and federal employees will be back to receiving their regular paychecks. Families in need will get back to receiving their food purchasing assistance.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned air travel may still feel some of the impact of the shutdown even after the government reopens.
It depends on controllers coming back to work.
Travelers continue to face uncertainty with hundreds of flight cancellations reported midday Wednesday. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And with that shutdown in mind, the Billings community showed up in a very big way for our Turkey Tuesday. It all adds up this year. That annual drive has smashed the records with 1,000 turkeys collected, more than 5,000 pounds of food, and an incredible $10,000 in monetary donations. All of us here at Q2 and Family Service would like to thank everyone for their generosity in making the day a very special success.